The Magic Sword Part 3. Next day he found traces of blood outside the window which led round to the north of the temple. And there among a number of graves he discovered the aspen tree with the bird's nest at its summit. He then fulfilled his promise and prepared to go home, Yen giving him a farewell banquet, and presenting him with an old leather case which he said contained a sword, and would keep at a distance from him all devils and bogies. Ning then wished to learn a little of Yen's art, but the latter replied that although he might accomplish this easily enough, being as he was an upright man, yet he was well off in life, and not in a condition where it would be of any advantage to him. Ning then, pretending he had to go and bury his sister, collected Xiao Xiaqin's bones, and, having wrapped them up in grave clothes, hired a boat and set off on his way home. On his arrival, as his library looked towards the open country, he made a grave hard by and buried the bones there, sacrificing, and invoking Xiao Xiaqin as follows in pity. For your lonely ghost, I have placed your remains near my humble cottage, where we shall be near each other, and no devil will dare annoy you. I pray you reject not my sacrifice, poor though it be. After this, he was proceeding home when he suddenly heard himself addressed from behind, the voice asking him not to hurry, and turning round he beheld Xiao Xiaqin, who thanked him, saying, "Were I to die 10 times for you I could not discharge my debt. Let me go home with you and wait upon your father and mother, you will not repent it." Looking closely at her, he observed that she had a beautiful complexion and feet as small as bamboo shoots, being altogether much prettier now that he came to see her by daylight. So they went together to his home, and bidding her wait a while, Ning ran in to tell his mother, to the very great surprise of the old lady. Now Ning's wife had been ill for a long time, and his mother advised him not to say a word about it to her for fear of frightening her, in the middle of which in rushed Xiao Xiaqin, and threw herself on the ground before them. "This is the young lady," said Ning. Whereupon his mother in some alarm turned her attention to Xiao Xiaqin, who cried out, "A lonely orphan, without brother or sister, the object of your son's kindness and compassion, begs to be allowed to give her poor services as some return for favors shown." Ning's mother, seeing that she was a nice, pleasant-looking girl, began to lose fear of her, and replied, "Madam, the preference you shew for my son is highly pleasing to an old body like myself, but this is the only hope of our family, and I hardly dare agree to his taking a devil wife." "I have but one motive in what I ask," answered Xiao Xiaqin. "And if you have no faith in disembodied people, then let me regard him as my brother, and live under your protection, serving you like a daughter." Ning's mother could not resist her straightforward manner, and Xiao Xiaqin asked to be allowed to see Ning's wife, but this was denied on the plea that the lady was ill. Xiao Xiaqin then went into the kitchen and got ready the dinner, running about the place as if she had lived there all her life. Ning's mother was, however, much afraid of her, and would not let her sleep in the house, so Xiao Xiaqin went to the library, and was just entering when suddenly she fell back a few steps, and began walking hurriedly backwards and forwards in front of the door. Ning, seeing this, called out and asked her what it meant, to which she replied, "The presence of that sword frightens me, and that is why I could not accompany you on your way home." Ning at once understood her, and hung up the sword case in another place, whereupon she entered, lighted a candle, and sat down. For some time she did not speak, at length asking Ning if he studied at night or not. "For," said she, "when I was little I used to repeat the Leng Yan Sutra, but now I have forgotten more than half, and, therefore, I should like to borrow a copy, and when you are at leisure in the evening you might hear me." Ning said he would, and they sat silently there for some time, after which Xiao Xiaqin went away and took up her quarters elsewhere.